Podcast City Network.
Hey guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Fixed Edge, episode 34 actually. I don't know why it says 33 there. Want to do me a favor? We'll just go boom, boom, boom. Oop, too much.
Where we're from.
And we fixed it all anyway. So
That's not us though. But we're here.
we are here. I don't know why
Yeah.
our cameras are being crazy. A lot of technological issues today.
Yeah.
But we try and work with it the best that we absolutely can. And we thank you guys always for sticking around with us. But you got to make sure to follow us on social media at Fixed Edge on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Go on there, hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons. And hopefully we'll be able to get this camera back up, though, because, man, this thing's already been giving us problems.
Yep, one of those days. But we keep things moving just like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, they don't need to see us, but they need to hear us.
And that's the big thing. As long as you can hear us, that's where the magic happens. But definitely make sure to follow us again on social media. It's the only way you can get the latest and greatest from us on social media. But we got to talk about the last week recap a little bit. A lot of crazy things that happened last week in the games. We had Astros and Red Sox as well as Bills and Titans. Ended up missing on that Red Sox or on the Astros pick. Red Sox ended up winning that game 12-3.
But I said all you had to do is bet either team 2 times in a row, right?
And you were right.
And that's how it worked out. So that actually was the last of the Red Sox wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it worked out good. I cashed, actually, the following day on the Astros. The other game, Bills.
Bills, Titans.
Bills, Titans. I went back and forth so many times, I completely forgot who I chose. I didn't actually end up playing the game myself. So we'll just leave that as a wash. I don't want to take credit for. I think I had Texans, but I don't want to take because I'm always usually underdog guy. But I don't want to take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had Titans, but
well, I'm not Titans. Texans. They're all. I don't want to take credit. The Titans did a number this week over KC. I won't take credit for last week because I didn't play it myself and didn't give it out to members. So we'll scratch that one. We'll take the loss with the Red Sox, even though if you bet Astros day 2, you cash there. Just like all our systems. Weekend was great. Nice bounce back. Members had a huge week. Nice bounce back from the losing week we had last week. We lost last week and we were here and we explained it. And this week was huge bounce back. Had a couple, that Texas Tech, Kansas State game. Kansas State coming to win right there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Big victory there. We swept, I believe, day Saturday. USF was another one there.
Mm-hmm.
The tickets are all posted. We had another one. And we did a little something different this week. We posted on Twitter. Took a little more time. We had someone posted on Twitter. And I believe it was 6-1 this week of posted Twitter plays. So 6-1 there. Members lost a few more, but also won a few more. Great week overall. I think we bounced back 15 to 20, close to 20%. Might have been 18%. I'm not exactly sure. It was. I didn't do the calculations, but it was a great week.
That's good.
And so Sunday started off great. We finished not so great. Didn't take away from the great week we had, but we gave some back with the Niners last night. Even though I picked the Colts on your show, I watched the line move.
Mm-hmm.
Went Niners, went to get my gut, lost some money, and Vegas in the NHL took back a little bit. But again, about a 20% increase this week, which is huge.
Definitely.
If we're doing 3, 4, 5% a week, we're happy. So when we get one of them big ones up there, so definitely a great bounce back week. I see we bounce back here on the show, and they can see us.
Definitely. And before we get to that, though, we got to talk about all the great content platforms that you can find Fixed Edge on, including all of our audio portions on PlayerFM, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts, as well as video portions here on YouTube. So make sure to check all those out. But you can find all of those outlets for Fixed Edge on the Podcast City Network website by going to podcastcity.net/Fixed Edge. So definitely make sure to check that out. But we're going to jump into our first game, which is going to be our World Series kickoff game, Game 1 between the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros. Houston is currently favored in this one. What do you think about this game?
Man, the Astros are tough. Those bats are tough, as you found out at expense as the Red Sox guy here.
Yep.
Boston got hot there, but the Astros is like they don't not get hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got to stay consistently on fire to beat how hot Houston gets. Low favorite here, as I told you, the Braves would knock out the Dodgers. They did so.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think we're in for a good World Series.
I think we are too.
Braves, they're both pretty close as far as hitting and pitching. I think the bats of Houston might be a little better on a given day.
Mm-hmm.
Those bats for Atlanta are no joke neither. Bullpen advantage, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going to push Atlanta maybe to get this World Series. It's been a while. But game one, again, series play. You're back to Astros. You expect them to get 1 out of 2. If not, you go to 3 and 4. There's no sweep happening. Either way you dice these teams up, we're not having a sweep.
No sweep, yeah.
So I know. And so the people that know that, stop getting greedy. Go in tomorrow, try to make a little piece on the Astros. Or if you're a Braves fan, make a little piece on the Braves. If they lose, get them the next game or the next game. That's all this is. Make profit. Like, stop putting your heart into it. Stop going all in. Just say, I know neither one of these teams are getting swept. So pick which one you want and play them to win a game inside your bankroll. And you're guaranteed some money because it's not a sweep's not going to happen.
Absolutely. So plug it into your system no matter how you're feeling about it. So
right, but I just think home crowd, I think it's the Astros must win this game to have a shot to. And I know it's crazy. It's game one. Just feel the momentum. The Braves coming in after beating the Dodgers. It's a must-win for the Astros. I know it's hard to say that at game one, but that momentum and their bats, and just think they really want to get this one over Morton.
Oh yeah, especially being at home too, because Houston does hold the home field advantage in this series. So I'm sure Astros would love to get one at home to start this series off and start it off right. So
yeah, it should be. I'm looking forward to the World Series.
It's gonna be good.
Definitely am.
So officially though, we're plugging in Houston.
Yeah, we're gonna take the home slight favorite. Yeah. Now the numbers stay on. If you're following us to a T, always I'll take credit on my sheet with the Astros, but always DM us up to game time. Lines move, steam action comes in, all sorts of stuff. Just like I gave out on his show, a play which would end up being a winner if you took it on the show. But I lost. What we lost, members lost last night. So a lot of stuff happens between when I give you guys a play and when it actually goes out.
Absolutely. So definitely make sure to pay attention to all that kind of action going on. But you also need to pay attention to the Podcast City Network shop, because whether it's a net gator to protect you from COVID-19, a mug for your morning coffee, or a t-shirt just to look cool, we got you covered. Get the latest apparel and gear for your favorite podcast and Podcast City Network by going to podcastcity.net/shop and checking out the lineup. And that brings us to our second game. We're going to be covering our Monday Night Football game, the 3-2 New Orleans Saints, traveling on out to Seattle to take on the 2-4 and the Russell Wilson-less Seahawks. Definitely going to be interesting to see how Geno Smith is going to play against the Saints. I don't expect it to be really all that great, but Jameis Winston not having a bad season right now. I'm sure they expect a little bit more out of Alvin Kamara, but, this is where we are. But what do you think about this game right now?
That's what we got for Monday night.
Mm-hmm. I know. Not as exciting as some of the past matchups we've been having this season.
No. So the sharp side tonight, which I'll give everybody a little tip out there, and I might even use it as my play because it doesn't necessarily have to be a team, is the under here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sharp money there. So it's holding around 42.5, 41. I think it's a very low scoring game tonight. Total opened at 44. It's dropped some. So definitely think you can plug that in your system if you're into totals, that under there. As far as the matchup, Geno, I don't know. He's in the NFL, so I can't say anything, but just he never really gets it done.
No, he doesn't. Not that great as a starter.
And I just can't. I mean, this is a bigger stage. You're at home. Early in the first half, might have that crowd behind him, make a nice big play or something. But I think it was they keep punching and punching and punching and punching with the Saints. I think eventually, they fall over. Could cover this crazy spread. It's at 4. I definitely could see Saints only winning by 3. Do think the Saints will come out with a victory. I wouldn't be shocked for an upset. I mean, the line's probably about right. Geno gets hot. The Seahawks defense is decent. So could make things interesting. But I'm going to say the Saints take this game here. And as far as the under pretty strong too at that 42.5. So I like both of those. Under leaning to me a little bit more. That might be one of our investments for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Still, again, counting tickets. But if you want to lock me in. They can lock in, or again, always DM us or keep a look on Twitter as we post free plays or we DM you. We stay pretty active over there in the Twitter community for the most part. So
definitely make sure to message on over there and hit up the DMs, man. I tell you what, this game, I think I have to agree with you all the way through. Like, it's pretty interesting that we're getting this craptastic of a matchup of Monday Night Football, but at least I feel pretty good about the Saints in this one too from a sports standpoint. So
my fantasy's in. I got one. They're all pretty much settled. I lost one, and really don't need this game for much more than hopefully make a few dollars.
Right.
But can't say I'm pumped up about dun 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 or whatever, however that goes.
Oh man, but you can't be pumped up about Podcast City Network, because FixedEdge is a proud member of Podcast City Network and has 20 plus independent podcast members across all genres of podcasting. You can find Podcast City Network on all major social media platforms, including Facebook.com /Podcast City Network, on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast City Net, on YouTube by searching Podcast City Network, and on their website podcastcity.net. Be creative, be independent, be yourself. Podcast City Network. That does bring us to Investing 101, and the biggest theme that you've heard us already talk about tonight: don't blow your bankroll, have a system, be smart with how you play your money. It's pretty simple, Don't get emotional. Don't let your heart try and guide you through what you think could be a good big payday. It's not going to work out that way. Usually never does.
You think it's simple. You say it's simple. You don't have the gambler's mentality, so you're able just to follow along what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But others, it's not so simple. I had a good buddy of mine. I hadn't heard from him for a couple of weeks, and he was just gambling away. And owes his guy. I guess he's playing with a bookie. I'm not going to go into too much details, but doesn't have it. And he's setting up an account somewhere else. He's using the money that he owed there to set up another account to try to make more money. Like, it's here. It's spinning, right? If you don't have a system or whatever, and he said it best today. He was like, when you win, you increase stuff and you want to win more. And when you lose, you chase what you just had. Like, that's the hamster wheel you're battling.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys, if you're out there doing it, you know exactly what I'm saying. For the ones that don't, man, it's a dark cloud that comes over you. And that's kind of why I do what I do and I help, because I know it's a spot that, not easy to be in. Nobody to turn to, nobody to talk to. It's a pretty lonely feeling. And so,
right.
That's why we have this here, the movement to try to get back. And as soon as we can build enough following, we'll be able to give back more and hand out some more free money. And, we're doing little things that go unnoticed right now, but they're noticed, and when we take it on a larger scale, look forward to helping even more. But just know we're here. System, investing. Listen, you don't have to spend a dime here. Like, yes, we have memberships coming, and we got if you've been following along with us, the website deal and in the makings, but everything else is, everything is free right now. And let us help you get you set into the right system. So, whether you use the plays we use and the stuff to how we, whatever, let us set you up so you can do your own thing in the system. And at least you take from anything they take from us, they'll have some kind of system. And then if you want to gamble away, but at least gamble in a system so you have some kind of direction and you're not let down at the end of the rainbow. You might have hit great this week. The public's been good the week before last, and 10, 15, 20,000 riding your high horse, until you run in this next week. And you lose that, plus, you owe some of your own money. Like, I see this over and over again. And the only way to beat it is to join a group, and I don't mean like a GA, but a group like FixedEdge Movement, or there's other ones out there, very few, but you go into that group and you're one of the group. Hey, by the way, I'm looking at blah, blah, blah. My bankroll is this. We're trading at, what are you guys trading this move at? Oh, we're at 3%. Cool, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to do 2.5. You're part of a group that's keeping you accountable for what you're doing. And that's kind of what, I'm hoping to aim here once the site's up and members can, talk with each other and so forth. But until then, you hear us here. You reach us on Twitter mostly, other social media, but it's important. I can't stress it enough. I just had it happen with a good buddy, and I don't, just was like listening to a story, but I've heard it over and over again. And not only did I hear it, I've lived it. Like it was me, so it's nothing, I get it. But that's why we're here, guys. So let's DM us. Let us know your bankroll. We'll put you in a system that works for your bankroll. You can start out using our information. If it's not winning enough for you and you want to go back to your own, but stop paying for picks. Stop getting scammed. Stop the hustle. There's no get rich quick. This isn't happening tomorrow morning. You're not taking your 2,000 to 20,000 this week. And that's what they got. The people that tell you that, just come on, man. You guys know better than that. So. If you can take one thing away, guys, let's get you in the DM, let's get you in a system, and then you go from there. You want to tune in, take our plays, do this, or you just want to use the formula to do your own plays, you'll still be in a better place when you leave us, and it won't cost you anything.
Yep, just like that. So definitely make sure to hit us up on social media at FixedEdge, especially active on the Twitter community. So definitely make sure to go and check that out. But we thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you next week for episode 35. Any last words, that's Money?
No, also, what you noted on the Twitter presence, be there. Last week, we posted out a 6-1. Just all you got to do is follow along. Now, if you were too shy to be in the DM and you just followed along, that's 6-1. If you DM us, you get the whole package. Again, everything is free. So don't be shy and find us over there. We're going to have a big week here again, like we did last week, and keep things moving right along.
Absolutely. But until next time, I'm Chris.
Yes, Money, guys.
And y'all have a great night.
Podcast City Network.